Alright, hello stream. We are gonna be playing some poker here. Yeah, I think everything looks alright with the stream, so let's just try getting started, I guess. Hopefully it'll let us back in. Maybe we'll just wait for the big blind and chit-chat while the stream starts up. I did a little bit of adjusting so that hopefully next time we have an interesting hand, we should be able to actually see the hand replayer. So I added a window capture for that, and we'll see if it works, I guess, once we get to it. I was also realizing that, you know, I didn't really put any of the rules for the bankroll challenge anywhere, like on the layout. I'm thinking that I will add that to the Twitch stream, like, information box down below. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But one of the things about it is that I think I'm just going to have like a stop loss for myself of 1 buy-in a day, just because it kind of helps my sanity. If I lose like 2 or 3 big like buy-ins in one session, I will get quite annoyed at myself and be in a bad mood for the rest of the day, and that's no good. So just gonna try to protect our own sanity. You know, what that means though is that if you guys are watching and we lose buy-in, then we're just gonna switch to explanation time and try to dig into stuff rather than keep playing. So might make for a quick stream if we get into it all in right off the bat, but hopefully that's not the case, and we'll be able to play for the full hour. Speaking of which, I will put on my countdown timer here. And we're just going to put that for an hour, and then try to just forget about it until it beeps at us. We'll all hear it. I have been like purposely not keeping that in the layout, just because I have been like spending too much time staring at it, I guess, for lack of a better word. So yeah, what I was noticing was that I was keeping an eye on it every couple hands, and I would kind of start making bad decisions when we got to the end there. So just gonna keep it in the background and try not to think about it. And that was J Hart who actually suggested that, so thank you, J Hart. Alright, just making sure work's not needing me for anything in particular. Doesn't look like it. So that is good. Alright. I actually have a COVID vaccine shot, I think, tomorrow, so that's exciting. Does mean it's like right in the middle of stream time, so maybe I will do an early stream tomorrow. See how that goes. I think it's scheduled for 4 o'clock. I'm probably gonna have to leave by 3:30, 3:15, depending on how traffic is. And we start off in the big blind with nothing good. So let's see what happens here. I think we'll check. If he limps, and if he bets, I think we'll let it go. Fold. And I am not seeing my ranges that oh, here we go. Okay, so pair 9s should be playable from pretty much everywhere. Facing 2-bet. From the cutoff? Yeah, I think we still play it. So we're gonna 3-bet it. Oh. Hotkey problem. Okay, so one mouse button is call, the other spacebar is bet. So I pressed the right button for the bet amount, but then did not, in fact, bet it because I pressed the call mouse button instead of the spacebar bet. So lesson learned, we limp into a pot, and maybe this is actually a decent pot to have limped because we don't really see much, so it's very good. I think I have the most 10s in my range, so, but I'm just going to check it because there's 2 other people in the pot and don't particularly feel like donking on this one. Now we do have a short stack in the game. He c-bets, and I think we call. And we're not happy about that. Very possibly hidden ace, considering he 3-bet earlier. But he checks it. Alright, we're gonna check it again, and we'll see what he does here. We actually might be good in this spot. So I think we call him. And yeah, we take it. He had Jack 8. Interesting. Okay, so button King 6 is a raise. Is it a re-raise from the from the cutoff? No. We'll fold it. He takes it. Good for him, I guess. Fold that as well. No need to look at my charts for that one. I was watching, I have been really impressed with another Twitch stream I found by this guy named Bloons, B-L-O-O-O-N-Z, and go check him out if you get a chance. But he plays like only classical music on his stream, and I actually was really super into it. So kind of switched the music up a little bit to try and find something a little more jazzy. Now, Ace 8 from the low jack is not playable really, so we're gonna fold that. I should know that. I should definitely have had that memorized. So I tried for a jazz station, but it's actually kind of annoying. So maybe we'll bounce around some playlists while we wait for our table to come back here. Actually, why don't we just switch to our last one here. Okay, I'll take that. Now let's, well, should we, let's watch the action here. So it's cutoff versus the button. So their ranges are going to be pretty similar, but the board does not really favor either of them. I mean, I guess the jack hits the button better than the cutoff, but not by much. So, but the button is being pretty aggressive. And the cutoff seems to just be check calling. So this might be like a third check call. I kind of missed the first street, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But let's see what happens here. Okay, so cutoff likely has a suited hand. Yeah, okay, nice. I was thinking that. It kind of came out of my mouth a little late, but I was thinking, well, he probably doesn't have a jack, but he probably has a suited hand, right? We will 3-bet our... Oops. Okay, I gotta get used to this now. And this guy just wants to gamble with us. Actually, not super happy about that. I didn't intend to gamble with him, but guess we do it. Oh, and he has us beat. Unless we can get an ace. Nope. Lost a big pot on a misclick. That is what you get when you watch a new streamer. Or an inexperienced poker player, online poker player, but that's alright. We still might be able to get something. We didn't go completely busto. We still have 60% of our buy-ins, so we're not, all is not lost. We are gonna fold 7-jack. Okay, that's the second misclick in a row. This is not good. Not good. There's checks all around. I think we check again. Three, 4, 6, 8. So 5, 7. Now we have a gut shot straight draw with 5. So I think we call. And we get the ace. No help. Actually could give help to like a 2-5. I don't think anybody has that here. I think we're definitely folding. Yeah, we don't even have a bluff catcher here with jack high. Okay, so some hard lessons learned on hotkeys. We are down about half a buy-in because of a couple misclicks, but we will soldier on. Like I said, my stop loss is 1 buy-in per session, so I'm not gonna top off. We're just gonna try playing short stacked and see if we can stack somebody and double up and go back to normal, rather than topping off. It means our ranges are a little inaccurate and that the math is a little different because of the lower SPR. We'll try to account for that. Not sure how doable that's going to be, but we'll give it a shot. 3-4 offsuit is not really playable here, even in the button. So we'll just let it go and look for another one next time. Let's take a look at some of our villains here. The table has been pretty loose. Player 2, we've seen him be in literally every other pot. And now he's just gambling. Let's see if our 12 big blind friend will call and all in. Looks like maybe player 2 just wants to get rid of his short stack, but no luck. Interesting. Okay, ace-9. The cutoff is going in, so we're gonna press the 2 button for 3 big blind. Okay, we did it, chat. Empty chat, but that's all right. We did it, viewers. We press the right hotkey to get the right bet size, and we scoop a small pot. Let's just keep scooping pots, I say. Alright, so we are in hijack with Queen 8 offsuit, which is not good enough. We let it go. And hope for another one. Yeah, so I mentioned, now this guy, player 6, we do have about 20 hands on him so far, and we've only seen him get in about 18% of the hands. Ooh, and we see a re-raise. We do not see that very often. At least at these low stakes. He has a pre-flop raise of 17%, so we've seen him pre-flop raise, but I'm not sure about 3. Oh, okay, and we've seen him Okay, so that was the first time we saw him 3-bet. Okay. 7-9, also not playable. Keep going. Keep going. All right, so big blind, Jack 3, not great. We get a re-raise from, or an open from the hijack. Even what it is, it is not your imagination. Sealtine whipped up a awesome layout for me. So I debuted it yesterday, and we're trying it again today. I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty sweet. Even the graph matches the color scheme. It's yeah, it's pretty cool. I also got a program that's kind of meant for what's called like multi-tabling. So it's like meant for people who are playing 4 tables at a time. And what it does is it lays out the tables on the screen in fixed places, like predetermined places. So it'll detect that a window is up and then move it to the right place in the screen and resize it accordingly, which is perfect for streaming. Even if we only have 1 table, the fact that it resizes it to the right dimensions means that it fits the box in my layout perfectly every time. So that's pretty cool. And that program is kind of what I'm struggling with right now, because it also provides the hotkeys for my betting, which is why we lost. I accidentally did a 3-bet instead of a 2-bet. All right. King 9 in the small blind against a button open is no good. We'll watch these other guys play. We do miss the pair 9s, but let's see what everybody else has. This is a 3-way pot, so probably pair 9s wouldn't have been very good for very long. All right, so we get, and the other nice thing is that program that snaps the tables together and resizes them and everything, not only does it provide hotkeys, but it's actually redrawing the pixels on the window. So the fact that everybody's stack is now in big blind units of big blinds rather than dollars, is actually that multi-tabling program redrawing the screen, which is pretty impressive. I wonder, like, I'm impressed that the stream's able to pick it up, the OBS is able to pick it up, and like B, I'm curious. Having hotkeys is very awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Learning hotkeys, not so much. Definitely agree. Definitely agree with that. But, you know, if it costs us about 40 big blinds for that misclick, but it's not the end of the world. It wasn't, we didn't lose our whole stack, so I'm happy. We could definitely double back up and get back to where we were without too much effort. Jack 2 is not playable again, so we'll just hope for a better hand here soon. 7-3 is not going to be it, so we'll fold. Yeah, how's your day going, 6-4 Ninja? It's, hopefully feeling better from your shot. I got mine scheduled for tomorrow. Alright, Queen 4 in the... Where are we? We're in the hijack? Nope. So I think that's actually, well, is it? Yeah, I don't think I did switch ranges recently, and so they are slightly different. And so I was trying to think if the Queen 4 suited is actually like one of those that are actually different, but I don't think so. I think we would have folded that either way. Yeah, what I'm noticing about the different ranges is that these ranges are a bit wider opening, but tighter in responding to bets. So I'm in pots more often when it's my initiative and less often when it's somebody else's initiative. Pretty much all better today. Nice. Nice. That is good to hear. Yeah, I took a good like 2-hour nap after the stream and then slept again all night. So I'm feeling a lot better today, which is good. Yeah, it's interesting, you know, I think the chat delay has come up a couple times, and as I watch more poker streamers, they are also complaining about the delay, and so it's kind of funny. I'm glad I'm not just the only one. It seems like most poker streamers are kind of resigned to the idea of it. So facing a limp, no. Our responding to limping range is going to be really tight. I guess I could have just treated that as like an RFI, a weak RFI, and just used my normal range for that spot. I mean, in that spot a button opens, it still wouldn't have been in play, so glad I folded on that. And unfortunately, we just got to keep folding. We'll try for a better hand next time. But I did notice, so I was watching a poker stream yesterday, and the guy is like super good. He's been playing for 10 plus years. He's playing the $5 big blind tables. So imagine if these were dollars instead of big blinds, and that's how much he's playing for. And it's times 5, and then that's how big their stacks are. This is not playable. So yeah, so like I would have $250, I guess, right now. Is that right? Around there. So anyways, he plays the big tables, and he was toying with the idea via chat with his viewers of doing like disabling the delay on purpose and going to like low stakes tables and just playing and hoping that like getting his chat to try and stream snipe him, because he also plays on Ignition, and so it's the same mechanic where you can't pick the table and you don't have like identifiers. It's just numbers for everybody. And so I thought that was pretty funny. Definitely not something I could pull off, but definitely like an amusing way to try and deal with the chat delay. And obviously normally when he runs the high stakes tables and he's streaming, he has a delay, and he just kind of they just kind of all deal with it. They try to just do their best. They try to engage with the viewers regardless of the delay and just kind of roll with it. So that's what I'm trying for. Fortunately, we don't really get anything, so we just gotta wait for a good hand here. At least we've been scooping some small pots, so we're not completely just headed downhill on each of these hands. So we'll try to just get, if we're staying even, we're not in too terrible a shape. Just means that we're kind of waiting for a good hand. One of the interesting things about the poker is that having the big blinds, just the mechanic of the big blinds puts you at a natural disadvantage, and you have to kind of overcome that disadvantage just by default. So if you just show up and play and fold every hand, you're going to lose 1.5, I guess, big blinds per orbit. Jack 8, not playable. And so you're gonna have like, what is it? Something like, if we have 6 people, then it's gonna be, you know, an orbit every 6 hands. So for over 100 hands, you have, what is that? 16 orbits or something? Over 100 hands. So 16 times 1.5 is like 30 big blinds. So you're like naturally losing 30 big blinds every 100 hands if you just do nothing. So the fact that we're flat means that we're at least overcoming that disadvantage, which is good. But it doesn't really feel that way here as we check to the flop, and it's a monotone board, 8 high. We're in the big blind. This actually, we're gonna bet half pot. Now monotone would normally mean that we would bet this less. Ah, this guy re-raises us. Definitely possibly has another club. Definitely possibly has a higher club than us. So now we need to figure out if he is bluffing us or not. So let's check back to him. So he could definitely have ace, queen, king of clubs. Gosh. Okay, we're gonna go half pot, see what he does. I mean, he has 3 outs to beat us. I think we just deal with it. Yeah. We call the bluff. We call the bluff and we live to see another day. So... you know, it's interesting, like, calling bluffs is also hard compared to making bluffs. I am definitely still kind of too scared to make bluffs. 10-5, I'm just gonna fold this, but I'll see if I should have played that. I guess we would have gotten bottom pair, but we still wouldn't have been in very good shape. Yeah, chart says let that go. So we did the right thing. So yeah, that was kind of nice though that we made back we got almost back to even from our misclick earlier. That's good. Now do we, let's see here. So this is low jack under the gun, firing, and we are on the button, and we have 10-9. Not in range. Ten-9 suited feels decent there, just because it's kind of a different part of the range than he is strong in. So under the gun, raise first in, he's going to be very strong. He's going to be of lots of Broadway cards. Not going to have very many numbered cards. So the fact that we have a connected suited high rank number card, set of number cards I should say, means that depending on the flop we could have a big advantage if the flop is all numbers as well. But I'm just going to try to play disciplined. There the chart said don't try it, and that's kind of where let's see here. So we were small blind facing low jack. Yeah, the other... So my 2 chart sources both agree that that was a fold. I guess we'll listen to them. Alright, we'll check here. So this should be like him. Well, I guess we have the wider range, so this actually benefits us more. So we're going to bet it if he checks to us. If he bets to us... If he bets, I'd have a hard time between calling and folding. I think I'll always ask the RNG, but that's not the case. So we'll just go like a 1/3 bet. Yeah, so we'll do 1 big blind and see what he does. Okay, we take it down. I mean, that right there is the, like, I think a pretty prime example of betting your range. It's just simple that, like, because he added more money to the pot, a lot of the bottom of his range, like, bottom set of the, like, if you look at the range matrix, all the low number cards in that range matrix are suddenly cut off because he is now shoving money into the pot. Whereas we did not put any money into the pot, so we have the whole matrix available to us. And, sorry. Queen 10 in the small blind. I think we let this go. Yeah. And so then when the flop comes down all low numbers, right, he's going to have a lot less low numbers than we are. And so by us betting, we're basically, you know, we're just betting our range advantage in that spot. We don't necessarily have the nut advantage. The nut advantage being like the best hand possible. Like we didn't really hit any of those flushes or straights, but we had range advantage because we just have more numbers in our range, so we are just betting that fact, not necessarily the cards that were dealt, which is kind of a hard thing to adjust to, but it makes sense. Queen 9 offsuit is yeah, we're gonna bet it. All right, we take it again. We are working our way back up, guys. We may get back to even by the end of the session, which I'll call a win. We're gonna fold that though. Yeah, so definitely that, you know, betting your range advantage is something that I don't think comes intuitively to people who have not studied poker. I think most people who have not studied poker are just going to look at their cards and look at the board and bet if they have something good and fold if they don't and call if they have a draw. And it's really like not that much more simple than that. Sometimes they will bet if they have a draw rather than call. That's as much as they mix it up. So yeah, definitely a bit of an adjustment, but all right. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream. For any of those who just clicked on this, thank you for watching. Feel free to follow. I stream every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday after I get out of work, which can be anywhere between 3 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I am just kind of doing a bankroll challenge, trying to learn poker. I'm just admitting that I am not very good at poker, and just trying to kind of work my way up, gather experience, play hands, and try to get from $100 buy-in to 10,000. And so we'll do that by kind of working our way up, going from 20 buy-ins to 60 buy-ins at each stake. And we'll just kind of go incrementally each stake doing that, because 60 buy-ins at a low stake is 20 buy-ins at the stake right above it. So that's the plan. And we've made about 4 buy-ins so far, and I've been at it about 5 days. So, I mean, considering that's an average of somewhere around a buy-in a day, it's pretty good. I don't think that's sustainable. Probably won't be winning a whole buy-in every day, but we'll just keep trying at it. And I'm looking forward to, you know, I think eventually I would like to move towards either multi-tabling on stream or playing like one Zoom table on stream. Obviously, some really cool kids can play 2 Zoom tables on stream. I am not that good, so I'm not going to try that right now. Maybe after I get a lot more experience, but you know, right now it's a little bit of boring stream, just because we're not going to be multi-tabling. But in exchange for the boring play action, I'm just going to try to keep kind of explaining my thought process, try to kind of provide commentary on the tables as we see action, and hopefully you guys can all kind of learn with me as I'm trying to study and improve. So that's the goal for this stream, and thanks again for watching. All right, so small blind. We have 8 queen. We are potentially just... I mean, so queen 8 offsuit is raisable from small blind if we are the first to play. So we'll try that, I guess. There's our hotkeys. Hotkeys worked. Yes. Our hotkeys bought us a big blind. All right. King 8 from the button is, I believe, playable. Yeah. So we're gonna 3-bet it. See what they do. This player 2, oh, it's a different player 2. That's good. He was a bit gonzo earlier, but I think we stacked him and he left. So that was good. Now we do get a re-raise. This doesn't really feel like something that should be in my 3-bet calling range. I don't like have that up right now in front of me, but I think we're gonna fold it. Hey J Hart, thanks for watching the stream. Hope your day is going well. We are playing some poker. It's a little short-handed, but we'll hopefully we can get some more people in pretty soon here. Six-Four Ninja might have left, or he might just be busy with work. That's all right. The chat is the chat stays on the stream regardless of how long ago they chatted. So I think that was a few minutes ago. This guy has been pre-flop raising almost every other hand, but it still does not feel like a good call. I think we just let it go. Now we could just switch tables if nobody's playing. See what happens. Okay, we just have one person sitting out. I feel like we're bleeding chips here a little bit. Kind of want to get out of that mode. There was just a lot of 3-betting. We got 3-bet like three times in a row, something like that. So Queen 7 is not playable, so we just let it go. Lurking and working. That is a-okay. That's what I do on Twitch. When I'm not able to lurk and work a lot, but this week I have been because I've been working on Rusty Hog, and Rusty Hog takes a long time to compile now. It takes a good 10 minutes to compile. So it's a lot of like make an incremental change, wait for it to compile. Ooh, pair of kings. Gets it. That was a big stack too. That was, yeah. 7-2, no good. You can set a clear time in most chat widgets. Yeah, I just chose not to. I kind of, it makes it look to newcomers like, hey, maybe there's actually people in here. So I just keep it alive all the time. That's I don't know. You could convince me otherwise. I didn't put that much thought into it. But. All right, so let's take a look at the hand here. So another so this is a two-tone board, meaning there are two suits. So somebody could have a flush draw of hearts. Also, one of the things to look for in a board is how many possible straights are there, even in the flop. So the first three cards, there is one possible straight, and there's still a possible straight on the board. At least, so 5, 6. Oh, pair of 4s gets it. Okay. When you see somebody win with a pair of 4s, you're like, why didn't I stay in with my so-and-so? But you gotta remember that your weak hand is weak for a reason. It's not gonna win every flop. It's just because it would have done well on some board doesn't mean it does well enough of the times to be profitable. But it's still painful, right? Like, oh, I could have had quads. I could have had a full house, but not very often that happens. All right. So this guy, player 5, we've seen him play about 30 hands, and he is definitely, I would say he's a good player. So we should be cautious of him. Queen 5 from the low jack. Still not good enough. Man, just not getting the cards right now. Hopefully we can get some. So we said he's good. He's definitely, it looks like he's raising pre-flop about 20% of the time so far. Another weird low board, 5, 6, 7. So that means there are 3 possible straights that somebody could have flopped. And now more possible options of straights. 3, 4 also gets it. Oof. There are possible straights, possible flushes, and 7, 10 gets it. We didn't even have a straight. We just had pair 7s. All right, so cutoff opens. We are in the big blind. We have Jack 9 offsuit. Chart says don't do it. Annoying. We'll listen to the chart. Makes for a boring stream, but it means that that line at least is a little more steady and a little less down or up, I guess, but means that chart line's a little more steady. Okay, another re-raise. This guy is maybe upset about something. Maybe just keep pressing bet until somebody calls him. I don't know. Either way, don't think we have a good enough hand to call. You're in the small blind? Yeah. And everybody's just going to fold to him. I mean, it's possible he's just on tilt and he's going to 3-bet every single hand. Let's see if he does it again. Fortunately, we don't really... Yeah, he just does it again. I mean, I'd love to call and try to, like, get him, but we just had really crappy hands. A 3-4 suited. Probably not good enough to... Yeah. I wish I could show you my Flopzilla right now. It's like... it's saying, dear God, don't do that. This guy's just gonna win. He's just buying these big blind pots. All right, so now this is a hand where if he 3-bets, we can call. Even Ace Jack is actually not that great. I actually am tempted to just, well, no, we won't limp. But we'll 3-bet. Now the question is, when he re-raises here, do we call him? And that I am... Oh, okay. So small blind. This hits our range better, but we really don't have a whole lot. Let's just c-bet for a third and see what happens. Calls. So now we have a gut shot straight draw with the king. Otherwise, it's a bluff. I think we can just check here and maybe see through. Oh, interesting. Another 10. Could be that this guy is a 10. He shows weakness. He could be hoping that we bet here in order to check raise us. Let's try min bet. See what he does. Calls us. Darn. I think he's gonna take it. He does it. What? Okay. I guess we'll take it with ace high. I mean, I guess I was right that he... I mean, he checked... He was out of position. So it's reasonable that he was on the turn that he checked with the intention of calling. But we checked back, at least showing some weakness on our side. So then when the same card came up on the river, right, the 10 came up on the turn, and then the 10 came up on the river, he called us because maybe he figured we were bluffing, which we were. And so, possible that I misplayed that by not betting the first 10. Possible that he gives it up earlier or we get more money out of him, but either way. Now he's so pissed he left. Alright. We'll fold the 2s. And let's I'm curious if the stream works with this new thing that I set up, trying to capture hand replays. So yeah, look at that. We got our hand replayer. Now we can kind of review that hand and see what the heck happened there. Now that was not the hand I'm looking for. Can we go back a hand? Nope. I gotta figure out how to go back a hand. Okay, well. Anyways. Close that. Go back to the game. And we see, I mean, I guess, so the question is, do we call a 3-bet from the button as big blind? 10-9 offsuit is callable. Not really happy about it. I think we can just give this one up. Alright, here's a little stronger of a hand. Now obviously if we were the first to act, we bet it. But if the button bets, King Jack suited is playable, so okay. $2.8 big blinds. Let's try it. See what happens. We get called and we get top pair. I think we just c-bet like normal. And he lets us have it. Okay, we'll take it. Trying to get back up to our 100 big blind buy-in. We might actually be able to do it by the end of the stream. That would be pretty cool. All right, Ace Queen versus Limp is definitely still playable. So we're gonna just go to 3 big. We'll just make it 3 big blinds and see what he does. I'm just telling him I see you limping and I don't approve of it. Okay, thank you. 94 big blinds, 5.5 more, and we're there. Okay, so Jack 9, I think we gotta let go, and we will try again another time. It was interesting that he folded to the to my bet though there. Earlier when he limped with 1 big blind and I raised it to 3 big blinds. Normally, I mean that's a pretty small raise in that position, I believe. I think I should have bet 4 big blinds or 5. And but I got folds all around anyways, so maybe they're just all really loose. And I'm the only tight one on the table. Right now, over 50 hands, my VPIP is 20, meaning I've only voluntarily put money in the pot 20% of the hands. That's actually a pretty low number, I think, which means that if they have the same software I have, and looking at that number, and then I raise, they say, oh god, I better get out of the way. And they fold, which can be good or bad. Probably not great, but I am the lowest at the table right now. I guess it just means that maybe I have a little more authority when I do bet. So in the hijack 6s, we actually don't play. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we do. Okay, we're gonna do it. Now, we do got to be careful here. We are significantly out of position. Facing a re-raise, I don't think we call here. And so there was a 2-bet, 3-bet, 4-bet. Versus a 4-bet, we say see ya. But it makes for some good drama. Let's see if these guys actually play against each other. Oh, we get an all-in. Let's see it. Oh, aces versus kings. And we would have beat them with the 6s. Man. Here's the thing, though. Aces and kings versus 6s. Let's take a look at what that is. I'm curious. Okay, so 5-9. Do we need to play this? I don't think so, right? So Flopzilla says that we have 20% equity in that position. 6s versus pocket aces and pocket kings. So I think we made the right call. Just still sucks. Alright. Fold. Here. Thrown off by that ridiculous hand. Alright. We live to fight another day. I mean, really, that would have been like, would have felt so silly if I lost all my money on that, right? I don't think that's one worth losing all your money for. 6s versus aces and kings. I bet the guy with kings is pissed. He just so happened to get kings when another guy had aces. That's gotta suck. Alright. King 5, but facing a re-raise here. So the under the gun opens. We are on the button. If King 5 suited, nowhere near good enough. We let it go. Now there is a limp. See if this guy limps. That'd be interesting, right? Yeah. So we started at 4 o'clock. We actually should probably be hearing our countdown timer beep at us pretty soon here. Seeing that we are only down 48 cents, I think I am pretty happy. Did pay a lot of rake. Bummer. But that's alright. It is interesting, like 90 big blinds sound, you know, down 10 big blinds sounds a lot better than down 50 cents. I don't know. 50 cents sounds a lot bigger than what I was thinking 10 big blinds would be, but big blinds are 5 cents, so makes sense. No pun intended. Ooh, we get another all in. Let's see what happens here. Is this guy gonna call? Want him to call for the stream. Oh, trip sevens. Wonder what that guy had to lose. Trips. Maybe he had a pair of aces. Do you call an all in with a pair of aces? You gotta realize you're like at low stakes. People are really only going all in with very good hands. I guess, or air, but more often than not, they're like me, right? They're scared to go do an all-in bluff. Usually an all-in bluff is going to be like a pot-sized bet, not an all-in at these stakes, at least. Sorry, I'm blanking. Let's see how much time we have. I said I'm not going to look at it, but we have about 5 minutes left, so we'll just try to play as normal. Try to focus on the math and the ranges, and then since it's a little late, I don't know if I actually have any good. I don't think I ran into any hands that I really wanted to dive into today, so I think I'm probably just going to stop the stream once it beeps at us. Work on cooking dinner, I guess. Making hoisin lettuce chicken wraps. But I don't know if I put those words in the right order, but that's what we're making. Okay, queen king. We 3-bet it. Or sorry, not 3-bet it. We raise it. And we go to the flop. And the flop is not very favorable. He's in the big blind though, so he has advantage here. So I think I check back. And we also get an unfavorable turn card. So here's the thing, we don't really have any hopes for a straight or a flush. We are just going to 6 outs. Pot odds are 2.9 to 1. I think the pot odds are actually that favorable. I think we just, to 6 outs, I think we fold it. Yeah, thank you 6-4 Ninja. Wait, way to bounce back from the hotkey fail. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, we just lost 5 big blinds, somewhere around there, but I don't feel too bad about it, considering we had a pretty good hand and just a pretty lousy flop there. And turn, right? We didn't see any face cards come our way, so we just had to let it go. All right, we're in big blind, and we might even get limps all around. Too bad we can't get like an all-in against this guy. It's our 200 big blind guy. But 5-4 from the button in big blind. Yeah, that's a call. Interesting. I wouldn't have put that at a call, but chart says do it, so we do it. And that's part of the like defending big blinds, you know. We flop the straight. Now I'm going to bet just because they should know that I am betting my range, and they may respond by calling. this is an interesting spot. Like, we are masked kind of by that range advantage, right? Like, if they have also studied ranges and they also know that I have studied ranges and I'm just betting because I have range advantage, then I'm kind of masked. Okay, so this guy raises us, so I think we raise him back, so that's like 30 big blinds. See what he does. I'm not worried about a flush. A flush would beat us. We block more clubs. I mean, it's possible that a backdoor flush draw beats us. But we're just doing a 3x raise, which is pretty standard. He is deep stacked, so he's probably less likely to call us here. But we'll just grab a 10 big blinds to end our session and maybe just get back to flat if he folds here, which I'd be very happy with. I mean, if he's smart, he's going to fold. I can't imagine him actually having anything worth calling. Maybe he has trips. Trip 7s, trip 6s. I could see that happening here. Nope. Okay, we end positive. I mean, that's one where I could have called and maybe tried to trap him and have gotten a bigger pot. But we end positive, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now, Ace-Jack from the small blind is definitely a raise. We'll see what happens here. No, he's scared now. Yeah, thinking back about that hand, I mean, it was a big hand, but we could have tried to trap him, I guess. Maybe he pairs the king and then he thinks he has the nuts with 3 kings or something. I don't know. That was a hard one. I was kind of a little worried about like another number card. Maybe either like if he has a straight draw similar to mine, then we split it. So I kind of wanted to get it in quick. Maybe that was a bad decision. I don't know. I think that one's actually worth kind of reviewing. All right, and that is our hour. We'll finish out this hand and then call it a day. Ace 4 from the cutoff is not playable offsuit, so that is it for today. We won. We ended positive, plus 50 cents. I'll call that a win. So thank you everybody for watching. Appreciate it. That's kind of about what you're going to see for a while until I move up to Zoom tables or move up to multi-tabling. I'd like to eventually do that to make for a more exciting stream, but I want to make sure I am making sound decisions first and try to just work up to that rather than jumping right in and losing a bunch of money. So, yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate everybody, the viewers, 64 Ninja and J Hart. Thanks again for watching.